Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today. Last time we were together, we did this interactive belly band. I have just put a tag from the Muted Mushrooms kit into there. I backed it on some of the paper that I'd used for the signature that I ended up not using in here. So that just goes in there. And I was thinking of a journaling card to go behind here. Now this again is one of the papers that I've not ended up using. And I was thinking that perhaps if I chose a side, so for example that side or that side, I could just stick these together, which will strengthen it, and I've got writing space to go at as well. So in the hopes of using everything I printed out and not letting any go to waste, I'm going to try and use as much as I can. So I have stuck those pages together. They are just drying under a heavy book, and so I thought we could get on to this. This is one of the ones I showed you last time from the whole book challenge, which just opens up into some journaling space. And what I was thinking of doing is using this page here with the mushrooms and sticking that on 3 sides on the very back, so that this would open like this. You'd have something here and it would open down. You've got all your journaling space. That would be your pocket, and I had the mushrooms as well at the same time. So that is what I am thinking, and I could also kind of fill some of these gaps as well if I wanted to with some paper from the kits. So I'm going to have a look through at what I already have printed out, because as I said, there is no point me using new things if I've already got, you know, some adequate things. So what I could do is have something perhaps like that. So we open up to writing space, and then we open out to writing space. We have a pocket here, and then this on the front can be something decorative. So just to save time, I think what I will do is off camera cut my bits to the correct size, and then we will go about putting together this little pocket. I have got a piece for the front, so I found some mushrooms, so we haven't altogether lost our mushrooms. And then I have found, or I have cut a piece for each side there. Then this flips down, and I have just made a thumb notch because that's where we're going to put our pocket. So now we can get these stuck on. So that's done, and what I wanted to do next, use some of the scraps we've got left just to fill in some of these gaps and to tie it all together a little bit, which that, you know, they're still plain enough to be able to be written on, but it just ties the rest of, well, that might be nice. Perfect size. I'll pop that one there. And then, as you know, it's fine the way it is. I thought it would be nice just to, you know, join it all together a little bit. I could maybe put, I have in my woodland kit, I have a mushroom fussy cut, so I'm going to go and see if I can find it. I've got a variety of ones I can choose from. These are the ones that I cut out already anyway. So there's that one. This one is far too big. The one I was thinking of is this, because it could come down like that. It doesn't take up too much room. And it's just a nod then to this mushroom, and just brings, kind of ties both sides in together. So I think I will do that. Right, let's get this stuck down. And a quick ink around the outside. I hope you are all good. My videos, I think, although I'm filming quite, well, I'm attempting to film quite a little bit ahead. I think the videos on the Winter Wonder, not the Winter Wonders, the Winter Blues kits are now live. The kits aren't live, but I think the videos are up. That will be going live on general release on the 1st of November, but you should, if you are a member, have already seen as well the member video. So by the time this video today is uploaded, you should have access to the Winter Blues add-on kits, early access. Just, you know, it just depends. Because I'm a little bit out of sync, but I think that's what's going on anyway. So I'm just trying to keep ahead a little bit. And trying to just make the most of the free time I get when my little boy isn't here, so that I'm not trying to cram everything in last minute. Feel like I might want to put something here. I'm not sure if I'm overly keen on this, or even if I just filled in that gap. I've just found a strip of this which I think will be nice. I'm just going to just go over that with this. That's better, I like that. And I'm wondering whether to do the same underneath. Maybe like that, and then it kind of gives the texture and looks like it should be there. And then we get then this kind of ruffled edge at the top and the bottom, which I think is nice. So let's pop that one there. So it does. I think it's always good to have things pre-made, because even though I'm adding two, it's not taking me a long time to add to it. You know, the base is there for me. I've got something to work off. That I like. What I might do with this is put some pattern paper to tie in what I've been doing on the belly band. And this is a great way of adding detail without adding bulk. So I always rip it because it helps it to blend in better, although at the moment I do appear to be ripping all the black off. I'm going to put the straight edge there. I could probably cut that straight edge actually, because that top's straight. I love pattern paper. It is my favourite way of adding interest. Just, you know, just even filling in a few gaps. It never fails me. I think you have those things, don't you, that you just like to do. And that's just one of the things that I just always like to do. And I feel like it always works. And just going to do that long strip there. Just using that strip of, just literally this one line, because that fits there perfectly and just fills in that gap a bit. And it's just amazing how it works, but it does. Okay, so inside's looking good, the outside is looking good, so I'm going to get some more glue and then we will go about sticking the pocket on. I do think a tab would be useful, just to indicate that we pull this open. So it would have to go there, and so So in between those two, and then like that. Just to make sure that I don't stick it closed with the tab. So I've got that shape, I've got this shape. I'm also covered in ink. I need to go and wash my hands before I spread ink everywhere. There's this shape. So I could use black. That's just about the right width as well. So I've got that one I could use. I have one in green. I don't think green's going to be the best choice. I've got one in like this colour, which won't stand out. It won't stick out too far. But I don't like that. What's this one? I could use a neutral colour. And I quite like that. It doesn't seem as intrusive as this one. So perhaps we could do something like that. Ink that up and stick that on, and that will just tell us to pull, and then we'll know to pull down. Or could we put, see now I've run out of brown tags. Could we do one here, so we know to pull this way, and one here, so that we know to pull this way. And would they need to be the same colour? And would it be better to have this higher one at the back? Possibly. I'm just going to go away and have a think. I decided I did want tabs, and I also decided that I wanted them to go back where I originally had them, because even though that's slimmer, the top comes up higher. So I now need to, I'm going to move that again out of the way, put this on this one. I've put an eyelet through as well. Did I say that? I can't remember. So I've put an eyelet through, so we just need to scooch that onto there like that. So it's going to be a tiny bit more difficult. I mean, I suppose I could have put the eyelet on afterwards, but then I've had to wait for the glue to dry, and you know. So let's pop some glue here. Scooch that on where we want it. Just check it's in the right place. I think that's okay. And let's put some glue under here. And then we need to do the same on this one, because that will be the one to tell us to pull down. So put a tiny bit of glue on the front. Put this one into place. this over and stick that down. So I think they make nice, fun little additions, but also they're quite purposeful as well. So are we ready finally to get this stuck down? And I think once the journal's been closed, I don't think we need anything to kind of hold this in place. I think once it's flattened out a little bit, it's going to be fine. What I might do is position this where I want it, because I want that mushroom hidden. But it's going to be difficult for me to see once this is stuck down. And I want it almost centred. I think that's about right. So a little trick I do is I just put a line where I want to line it up. Okay, so glue on 3 sides. And this is a really fun little interactive thing. It doesn't take too long. You know, this was just one piece of paper, folded in half and then folded again. But it's quite, you know, it's quite a fun little thing. You know, it's quite substantial. It's quite a substantial extra to add into your journal, but not with, you know, it doesn't take that much extra work. Just going to check that's straight. There we go. Can press that down, and then we can find something for this inside pocket. What I'm thinking of is just one of the tags from the Muted Mushroom kits, or actually, I think, what about, did I print out the freebie tags? What I might do is actually print out the freebie tags. And I could use one of those in there. So I'm going to go and have a look, see what I can find. So this is one of the freebie tags. I did want to use the stag, but the tags are slightly too wide, and I didn't want to cut any of the stag off. So I've gone for this one. And I'm just going to back it on something. I've cut just, well, it was this much from either side. So less than 1/8 or 1/8, just about 1/8. Not much anyway. And that fits perfect length into there. But I do want to back it. So let's see what we've got. What I'm thinking is, I've got one of these. It's folded over already. If I put that there on the edge, stuck it down, cut around it, it would back it and it would open. So that might be an option, which I may do. So I think I will ink. That one, I really like that, so I don't really want to chop any of that off. But let me quickly get inked around here. To say, I haven't, none of these things that I'm doing in this journal have been planned out or, you know, thought ahead. So if at times it appears that I'm waffling or talking to myself, you know, or maybe everything, you know, maybe the videos seem a little bit disjointed, it's because it is. Because I am just thinking as I go. I put it so the top lined up here, I would just need to cut that off, or should I leave a little border? Yeah, I could maybe leave a little border. So, little border. Then let's chop here. 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 it worked. And then we've got all that writing space as well. Just going to check it's not going to be too bulky. So it needs to fit inside this pocket. It's going to need to dry. I can't leave a border because I cut it down to fit. Oh, actually, does it fit? Will it fit? I think it might. It just might. Yeah, it will actually. Yes, I'm going to be okay. So yeah, that will fit. I now want to leave that to dry. And I want to pop it under something heavy. So we will go back to the journal card that we did at the beginning that I have had drying, and we'll switch over and we'll finish that journal card off. Okay, so we are back with this now. So how about now if we were to, we can either have it that way, and what about if we even, do we need an extra pocket though? I was going to suggest flicking it up. Do we really need another pocket? It's going to go in that belly band here. No, I think we just need to, I mean, we could have two cards there, couldn't we? So if I just cut across, straight across, and then possibly round the corners. We have, so we can have it, we can have them this way, and they can go in that way. They will just fit. I would have to cut them down a little bit, but then the lines are the right way round. Or we can have them this way, which fit nicely, but then obviously the lines are this way. You'd have to turn it to right. Not that I think it matters much. I mean, it wouldn't bother me too much. And again, there. So either this way, and that would be the back, or this way. I was thinking initially of using this one, rounding the corners, and it's actually the lines that aren't straight, it's not the cutting. I'll just double check, but I'm pretty sure it's the lines. Yeah, it's the lines that aren't straight. Of using this and perhaps covering this somehow, or just leaving it, it doesn't matter. And then you can just turn to right, can't you? I mean, it's not a big deal, is it? I think that would fit nicely in there like that. But I am going to round the corners, and I think I'll use the middle size one, so I'll go for 7. This has got to be the worst corner rounder that I've ever used. It's so difficult to line the corners up, and if you don't have it upside down like this, you've no chance, because you can't see what you're doing, and it's really hard to position the corner into where it needs to go. So yeah, I'm not been impressed with this purchase, I must admit. The attraction was that it does different sizes, but I think Julie at Camellia Crafts uses one which also does different sizes, but seems to work, and seems to work well. So yeah, not sure what's going on there. I've seen a lot of people who have that one, I have seen turning upside down like that, so perhaps it's a common issue. Is it this way? No. Which way did I have it? That way. So that's just a nice little card that can go in there. And to be honest, I don't think it needs much else, because we've got the benefit of two sides to write on. I think all that's needed really is a little tab. Just to help it pull in and out. But I don't think it really needs that, to be honest. I think I'm just going to leave it like that for now. What I was thinking of doing, what I thought would be a really nice idea, was to, in here, use it as some gratitudes, put some little gratitudes in there, and use these as like a little gratitude wallet, a little secret envelope, where you can just put some little secret notes, not secret, but you know, things that are personal to you inside there. So I think that's what I might do. And that is just our card that will slide in and out. And it's held in place now with this thing that we put at the bottom, so that's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so that is that done. This is now dry and flattened out. I don't really want to put a circle there with it being a booklet. So what I was thinking was using one of these little circles that I had out on the front of the envelope, popping that on there, and then just putting a split pin through. So let's get this inked. And I think it's better to just stick it on first and then pierce it with the split pin. So, bit of glue. Going to make a little hole, middle-ish, as middle as I can get it, but I never seem to get it centred completely. Ideally, this would be dry first, but I don't really have a lot of time to let it dry, so I'm just going to go ahead, pop one of these through. And I'm not going to bother to cover that, it doesn't offend me. And that will slot in there. So that is me for today. Shall we have a quick look at what we've done? So first of all, today we did a very quick journaling card to go in the front of here. Off camera I made this little tag from the Muted Mushrooms kit. I did staple it, but I may change that because the silver is annoying me next to like the golds and the oranges, so I may change that. On the back I just backed it with some calligraphy paper. Haven't added anything into the envelope yet, but I have talked about perhaps using those for autumn gratitudes. And then we did our fold out booklet with our tabs, so that opens like that, loads of writing space, opens up some more writing space, and then we have a pocket here with our tag booklet on the inside. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will probably do a little bit extra work on this in my own time and then catch you up. But until then, take really good care of yourselves and I'll see you soon. Bye.